Hello, it's Edward. We are back. Well, for you it probably would not have felt like something has happened, like I disappeared somewhere, but because the videos have been coming up quite regularly, on a regular basis, but they've been recorded over the course of last year, and then I had a break dedicated to very important aspects of life, so that I could be back. So yeah, here we are. Don't mind the constant beep beep bop. This is, well, rain, obviously. I have an umbrella. that's what it is. There could also be a guy on the ladder. You know, the ladder that you put on the ground. He climbed up and he's pouring the water down on me using the garden tool that you use to water the flowers. That could also be the case, but in any way, we have the beep beep bop today. Just don't focus on that, focus on me and focus on my voice. This is all that matters right now. That and the magnificent view we have in the back. Oh, actually, now that I told you about the beep beep bop, probably you're gonna be focusing on beep beep bop, not on me. But it's nature. Nature's good, so I wouldn't mind that. Initially, I was thinking about recording this video on another subject. I mean, the first video after a break, but we have 30 subscribers now. Hey, congratulations! Thank you everyone. Thank you. There's audience behind the camera, and I'd like to welcome the 30th subscriber who actually threw in the topic for this video, and she asked to record a video about how to deal with toxic relatives. Anybody has that? We are gonna talk about that, but before we jump in, I'd like to say that first of all, we're not gonna be talking about specifically about relatives, but people in general. We're not gonna go very specific in one subject. Like in a very specific subject, rather because that's not how it works in life. People try to go very specific and then they miss out the bigger picture. We're gonna touch the bigger picture so that then you could apply that to your specific example. Because how you deal with toxic relatives is the same way how you deal with toxic anybody and anything. Because the word toxic is not only about people. Also, we're not going to be using the word toxic anymore after this time that I've used it, because it has lost its value. It became a buzzword that has no meaning behind it. Initially, when terms are being coined, like, you know, selfie, artificial intelligence, toxic, etc., they are created by people who actually feel something and they cannot find a very exact and specific word in the existing language, like existing words in the language. So they start to use a new word, which they just come up with. It happens naturally. It's the feeling going into the brain and then uttering. So that person said toxic, and then others were like, the people he was talking to, and they started using that word as well because it was pretty cool and it was very specific and it was very descriptive. However, just like with anything in life, a new business activity like, you know, IT, or the new or some kind of like a political structure or an event, the more people jump in, the less qualitative something becomes. So with words, essentially what happens is, as that creator passes the word to people he is talking to, those people start using it with other people, and those people with other people, and the more people use, the less people understand what that means exactly, and the more general the word becomes. So at some point, just toxic stopped meaning like anything, and now anybody uses that word to just describe a person that they don't like. So if we take, I like to take Nazi Germany as an example, because everybody knows about that, and it's quite obvious. So for Nazis who were killing Jews, people who were trying to stop them from killing Jews would be toxic, and for the Jews, people who were propagating the idea of killing Jews were toxic. But again, it's very subjective, and it became opinionated, and when a word becomes opinionated, it's a good idea to stop using it, because the definition of words are not opinionated. They are the way they are. They represent a certain feeling, and everybody has the same feelings. We're all the same. We're not like creatures from different universes created by different types of natures. No, we are created by the same nature, or the same God, or whatever fits the story in your mind better. It doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. So and yeah, just like in the example where people sit around the campfire, and the first person says a few sentences to the ear quietly of the second person so that nobody else can hear, and then the second person does the same to a third person, third to the fourth to the fifth, and so forth until the last person says it to the first one. So by the time the last person gets the message that the first one has passed around the circle, and then the last one passes it to the first one, the message becomes so much altered that it does not resemble what the first person has said, and they would be like, what? That's not what I said to him. What are you talking about? Somebody fucked up. And it's just that people keep tweaking things, because language is complicated, and saying words is easy, but understanding them, aka feeling them, and being able to be very descriptive and specific, so that with words, so that people could understand you well, that's hard, and that's what requires work. So we are going to be talking about how to deal. Well, essentially, the subject is about interpersonal relationship, social interactions, and how to navigate through them. We're not going to be obviously covering it in a very general matter, as this nobody's going to be watching 4-hour video. And this is what I teach there's just a leaf jumped onto my umbrella right here. That's what I teach my clients in tete-a-tete sessions. So I wouldn't, nobody would be interested to get this 4-8 hour long untailored advice over the video. So I'm gonna give a general advice, and then you can apply it specifically to your situation. And if it's still not clear, and if something troubles you more, reach out to me. The link to Telegram is down in the description. So dealing with people that you don't like, that make you feel the way you don't want to feel, and if you mention parents, it's basically people who have some sort of power over you. So in case of parents, it's your connection to them, like you love them, you came from them essentially, and it's hard to just pretend that they don't exist. It could be anybody else. It could be a boss or a colleague. It could be a sister of of your friends. But basically, you have to understand that people learn through pain. First of all, you have to understand that nobody is a bad person. People just act based off the way that they are allowed to act. And secondly, people learn through pain. So if you don't like the way somebody treats you, you have to make them feel discomfort, pain, and you have to make them know that. You have to articulate it so that they know, because they very well may not know that something is wrong. And when I say pain, I don't mean that you should punch them in the face necessarily. This is like this would be like a last resort if they start they oppress or suppress you, or assault you in such a way that that you have no other way than to do that. What I mean is emotional pain, and what people who constantly need your attention, constantly try to get in contact with you. What is important for them is that you are getting in contact with them back, so that when they reach out to you, you talk with them, you pay attention to them. Attention is very valuable. People want to be paid attention to. So if you have someone who treats you the way that you don't like to be treated, the way, well, you have to articulate that, tell that to them. Hey, this how that makes you, how what they do makes you feel. What you would not like them to do, what you would prefer that they would do instead, and you need to talk with them about that. And obviously not everybody is going to be open to talk with you. First of all, again, interpersonal interaction it's such a huge topic. Like I can talk non-stop about that, but again, nobody's going to be watching like 10-12 hour videos here. And I think at some point I'm going to get so hungry that I wouldn't be able to talk. So I'm going to have to go to eat. And so you have to make them know that you have to talk with them. But unfortunately it doesn't work with all people, because some people may people view others in various different ways. So one person could respect somebody, and they could feel compassion for somebody else. They could feel love for somebody else. They could feel sorry for somebody else. They could be indifferent, or they could hate somebody. And obviously, the way to build a successful social interaction in that case, it varies depending on the person. So you have to understand where you stand in their eyes, and where you stand in their eyes is highly dependent upon how you have been acting around them. Because you can meet the same if you could go to different parallel universes and meet the same person at the exact same moment, and you just act differently, you can in one universe they can hate you, in another universe they can respect you, in the third one they can feel sorry for you, and it all depends on you. So but again, if we go with the general tactic, so if talking with them doesn't work, and you're not willing to invest into actually addressing the root cause of that, why that's not working, like improving your having a guidance and improving your skills of social interaction, then the effective strategy is to do the opposite of what they want you to do. So for example, if you say parents reach out to you and they want to talk with you, but if they cause you pain, what you have to do is you have to make them wait longer for your reply. You don't do it in a very this kind of weird way where you set a timer, hey, now I'm gonna wait 12 hours to reply. Well, that's kind of a goal, but you shouldn't do it consciously, because that's a little bit weird. You should find a way how you can condition yourself to have a kind of life in which you wouldn't want to interact with someone who doesn't treat you the way you want to be treated, because there's also other people who treat you the way you want to be treated, or there are activities that you can do that are gonna give you more pleasure. So it's about that. It's not about literally waiting, hey, now I'm gonna wait 12 hours to reply. And if they don't understand these subtle signs, which there's a high chance they wouldn't, people are very desensitized and people have very poor awareness. Not just your parents, but people in general. A quite effective solution is to tell them that, hey, this is the way you make me feel, and I don't want that in my life right now. That's how I feel. I don't want that. So I'm gonna block you, and I'm not gonna interact with you for a while. I hope when I come back, when I unblock you, you're not gonna be treating me the same way. And what this does is that, first of all, it doesn't allow them to use you as a vessel for venting, however that makes them feel, like if they get mad or whatever. And secondly, it gives them time to think, because instead of using their mental effort on like sending you a message or thinking about you, like what are you what are you doing right now, they're gonna be using that mental effort on finding a reason why that happened in the first place. So why they got blocked, what they need to do, what have they done that led them to that. And this is what pain is. So pain and discomfort is when you're chatting, you're having a good time with someone, but then they make you feel the way you don't want to feel, so you don't continue having fun with them. You tell them that, you become serious for a while, and you tell them that so that they understand. They should feel discomfort, and discomfort is very valuable. Pain is very valuable, because everybody is only seeking comfort and pleasure nowadays. So when people get pain or discomfort from someone, they actually start to respect them more and value them more. And this is what I would advise you to do, not only with your parents, but with any person in life. And just literally kick out people from your life, because there's no shortage of people. Like if it's your life gonna get so much better if you just kick out people. You wouldn't have people who make you feel the way you don't like to feel, because you should feel ideal, and you should step by step. If you're not surrounded by people who make you feel ideal, you should step by step moving forward in life and spending less and less time with those people. You basically elevate through social castes or social circles. And I don't mean that you're like poor, middle class, wealthy, billionaire, elite, etc. I mean in terms of how much people understand life. Yeah. And you keep moving forward, you keep moving up, and when you kick out people from your life, you start to get lonely more often. When you get lonely more often, your body starts to search for solutions. Your mind starts to search for solutions or how to not be lonely. And then you become much more open to meeting new people. And then those new people are going to be more compatible to you, because you just met them. They met you, the new you, not the old you. So they're more customized and calibrated to you. So if the quality of the interaction with people that you know for a while have aggravated, you don't need to meet them for a while. You don't have to kick them out completely, but you may want to stop hanging out with them for a while. And you have to be harsh with people. Like this is where niceness is dangerous. You have to be harsh with people. Like you have to be honest. You have to make people feel discomfort, because most people don't care. Well, it's normal for people to not care about others, or only care about their own fun. And you have to make them understand that, hey, if you want us to have fun, you have to act this way. Otherwise, like, I'm not gonna like it, and I'm not gonna be having fun with you, and then you're not gonna be able to have fun with me either, because I'm not gonna be spending time with you. So there's no shortage of people. Don't be afraid to cause pain to people. It's a very valuable resource. Just don't make them suffer. Like don't humiliate them. don't do something harsh. Don't do something like crazy. There's a very small amount of people with whom humiliation would work. For example, if a person is very confident and strong, you should be making fun of them and mocking them, because they need that. They would actually appreciate that, because they want to laugh at their own overconfidence or arrogance or whatever. It's good to mock them, but it doesn't apply to everyone. So don't be too harsh with people, but don't be afraid to cause pain, discomfort, and there's no shortage of people. You're not gonna die if you don't spend time with certain people, and even if you don't spend time with your parents. And even if you block someone for a while and then unblock them and you chat, some things may change, but at some point it may come back, just because they kind of if you allow them to. So at that moment you need to execute exactly the same strategy and then block them again, potentially for longer period of time, maybe shorter period of time. It all depends on the situation, but it's okay to block people. You shouldn't be afraid of that. So if this message was of value to you, and if you are not the person who requested this video, subscribe to this channel, like this video, share your thoughts, and let me know what do you want me to talk about in the next videos. And if you find that there is something that is bothering you in your life, something that is happening or something that is not happening that should be happening, that doesn't make your life feel spectacular, which is the way it should feel, then reach out to me. Telegram link is in the description, or you can fill out the form. It's also in the description. And in that case, I will reach out to you, and we can talk about your situation. Like if you're lost in life, if you want to switch jobs but are afraid of that, or don't know what to do, if you're afraid to start your own business, if you want to get out of the relationship that do not sustain you, that are not sustainable, that do not empower you, we can talk about that. And even if we're not going to work together, I could at least give you some free advice that would help you in that situation, because this is a very general message. Tete-a-tete interactions are more specific. It's been Edward. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.